Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. All right, guys, here's our first look at this offense today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, the ground game. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll put him in play from the 41 on first down. Give to the back. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The lone back's got it. Lone man wins, and he just smashed him. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun to give, looking for room. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior. No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll give it to him again. Steamrolls his way ahead. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. The give to the back. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. He now has 56 yards on the ground, and what a season he's having. It's almost certainly going to be a 1,000-yard campaign. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football, and they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So Wisconsin's offense will go to work for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Back to pass, it's Bettis. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Ripping through the defense. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. And the Badgers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Headed to the end zone. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put 2 hands on the football, lower his shoulder. 2nd and goal. You don't need 3rd and goal, thanks to the big fella.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Setting up the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To throw, it's Gibbs. Coming after it, trying to get to it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They bring the punter onto the field now. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there in Orlando. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're all locked up here in the 3rd quarter as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Plummer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Going downfield for the big play. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But
can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that's just pure speed off the line of scrimmage. That offensive tackle had no shot. Barely even got a hand on that D-end as he came around the outside.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. To the air, it's Bettis. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he avoids the tackle with the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And that is no good. And here in the 3rd quarter, it is still a tie ball game.
Well, they knew coming into this game, touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back has it. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. He's up to 73 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. From the gun, running back on the move. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Handoff to the fullback. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Here's the handoff. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And now on first down, after converting with the run, they'll go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. LSU is just getting blown off the field today. It's like they haven't even been competitive. How'd you like to be the network censor on the coaches show this week? They're trailing by 18 to Mississippi State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Lining up from the 34 on first down. He's going to pass. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Badger. A great catch and run for 6. I mean, you better bring your big boy pads if you're going to play in this one.
Big boy pads, big boy helmet, big boy underwear. You better bring it all with you because these are two great teams. We talked about it all week. Mirror images, going at it. Who's going to make the plays late to take this over the top?
On to attempt the try. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. He's loose. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. When you're backed up like this with poor field position, maybe you want to think about just being conservative, running out the clock, and try to win it in overtime. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. He's had a day, 103 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Man, at this stage of the game, does that hurt to have 6 points taken off the board? Now they've got to regroup and try to get it in again. Biggest drive of the game coming up right now as this team tries to win it in regulation. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This offense has a second down play. Little touch pass to the receiver. Puts him in the spin cycle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. That is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those...
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. The give to the back. Nifty little dance step. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. Finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to move it through the air. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin! They take the lead here in overtime.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down.
Okay, ready? Cricket.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And it's a touchdown, puts 6 on the board. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
This is like that 2-foot punt. They still need to make it to force another overtime. And the point after is good. Now first down here in the second overtime. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Showing off the arm. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Guys, he's up to 103 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Steps into the end zone for a touchdown.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Now in the second overtime, you must go for the two-point conversion. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. They do not get the 2, and now the lead sits at 6 in double OT.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. Second overtime, and they'll have to go for 2. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They can't convert, and the lead remains at 6, and now they'll have to go on defense. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Back to throw, it's Bettis. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. On the run, still looking. Touchdown, Badgers! And what a great response here in overtime.
Man, what a great response by this offense, going down the field, scoring the touchdown. Now, I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to 2-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
So here we go, dueling 2-point conversions from this point forward. Fast motion from the offense. Barges ahead. They are stopped on the 2-point try, and now it'll be up to the defense.
Man, I feel like at this juncture of the game, David, you're just holding your breath, right? You know both of these teams are absolutely exhausted, and they look tired on that last 2-point play. Just couldn't get it done. Had an opportunity to end it, and this game moves forward.
And this is the game that never ends. Goodness gracious. Like now, we're just on 2-point play after 2-point play. Who can execute? Who can put one stop together and get one 2-point play is going to walk out of here with a dub.
He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.